Hi, my name is Steven, and along with my wife Melissa, we own Marketing Guardians. We're a full-service marketing agency based in Calgary, Alberta. Now, I wanted to introduce you a little bit to a new government program that just became accessible to small and medium-sized businesses. So, the program is called the Canadian Digital Adoption Program, CDAP for short. And the federal budget in 2021 announced this grant that was set aside just for these small to medium-sized businesses. And what it allows you to do is if you qualify by four main criteria, and those criteria are you have to be locally owned and operated, so Canadian owned, you have to be a private company, so not public, you have to have between 1 and 499 employees that are full-time, and you have to have made at least 500,000 in revenue in any one of the last 3 tax years. Just to start with, if you meet those criteria, you are potentially eligible to be able to benefit from this grant. Now, the government has acknowledged that for most companies who have managed and emerged from the pandemic and have still remained strong, there's opportunities to be able to support them. So what that looks like is, for a lot of companies, you might have technologies that you use within your companies that, with a little bit extra help or more guidance can become more efficient for your business operations. And, quite often, as business owners, you get stuck working in your company and forget to work on it. So the government has acknowledged this, and the first part of this grant is they want to pair you up with a certified digital advisor to be able to create a digital adoption plan for your company. Now, what is a digital adoption plan, you might ask? Well, in simple, it's essentially a 360 analysis of your company, looking at where you are right now, where do you want to get to, looking at doing an audit of all your existing technologies that your business uses to survive, and then planning and anticipating the technologies that you need to put in place for the future to help you to be able to achieve the growth that you're craving for your company. So the government doesn't want to, be the advisor in this process. So they've certified several advisors across the country. And we're one of those as Marketing Guardians and myself. And the goal is to find a digital advisor that can work with you to create this plan. So you go to this government portal, which I can provide information for. Once you get pre-approved, you work with a company like us or another advisor to get your digital adoption plan. You take that plan as well as our invoices for that plan, submit it back to the government, and once that becomes approved, you are eligible to get up to 90% of the cost of that plan reimbursed back to you, to a maximum of $15,000. So that's a fantastic, asset for most companies to start with. The government is helping support you to create the plan that you need for your business to become the business of the future that you envision. The second part to it is, once you're done with that, they also want to help you bring that plan to life. So once you're finished with the first part of the grant, if you were able to get up to that $15,000, it also unlocks for you the ability to apply to the BDC for a 0% interest loan that is due back in 5 years. Now, if your company made between $500,000 to $5 million in any one of the last 3 years, you're applicable to apply for $25,000 to $50,000 as that BDC loan. If your company made over $5 million, you're actually open to being able to apply for $25,000 to $100,000 worth of that loan. Now, you might think like, oh, this is really cool, those two things together, but there's even more. So on top of that, because of the current state of the economy and the industry in general, the government wants to put a little bit more focus on the employment rate and support the employment of new graduates and post-secondary students. So if you're wanting to take this even further, they're willing to provide subsidies of up to $7,300 for you to be able to hire a full-time graduate, to be full-time employed, at your company. So there's 3 main things that you can access through this grant. Now, there's a lot more details that have to come out with this, and I can't explain all of it on video, but I encourage you, if you think you're eligible for this, I would love to provide you with some resources and be entirely open to a conversation to explain more and help walk you through the process. Again, we're Marketing Guardians and we're a certified digital advisor with the CDAP program. This is an opportunity that if you're able to qualify for it, you definitely should be, trying to grab. Ultimately, this program, it's set up to run for the next 4 years. So even if you can't qualify for it right now, don't give up. Maybe you meet that threshold to be able to apply for it next year, and that's something that you might be able to apply for. The hope is that this plan, again, is in place for the next 4 years. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to provide some more information. Thanks.